Hey YouTube, it's Big Air here. Just doing another video here where I'm going to be basically replacing my rear tail light on my WR250R. Going to be replacing that there, getting rid of all of this and making it one kind of like a smooth looking tail on this thing and have a better light. Couple things. I got the light from DRC hardware. It's the Edge 2. And I also did the upgrade, or I'm going to upgrade basically the tail light with the 12 o'clock Labs processor board, which basically will give me a couple cool options like brake pulsing, different types of flashers. Like I'm going to have the integrated flasher in my tail light as well. So it comes with a license plate brackets with the DRC package. Comes with instructions, the hardware that you need to mount the light on, and a couple of the connectors as well. And looks like these are for the side brackets for the marker lights if you want to use it. From 12 o'clock Labs, I also got the OEM connectors, so that it made it easy. It will make it easier to hook it up to my stock, or up to the light itself. This is the board itself with all the wires. I have to go through the instructions, I guess, pretty thoroughly to make sure I do it right. This is just a sleeve that basically is the same as this here, just a one that they give you at 12 o'clock Labs, along with more connectors. And I'll make sure I've got a bunch of heat shrink stuff that'll make sure I use with that, and they give you some spare twist ties to help do it all up. So what I'm going to start doing basically is taking apart. You're gonna have to take off this panel, the seat, and you're gonna have to take off the fender as well to get at everything that you need to. I'm not gonna do a step by step, but I mean at this point, I mean it's pretty. I mean there's a bolt here, and then this pulls out from this corner here to get this off, and then it slides forward. You've got two bolts here, and here, that basically will take the seat off. So I'll do that and then I'll be right back. Okay, I've got all the side panels off, and I just wanted to show you just before what it looks like. Basically right here, if you look right there, there's a little thing that you'd pull out the side panel, and basically you've got a little Allen key wrench right here. I like to screw, just a little tip, I like to screw in my screws so I don't lose my screws where they came from. And then underneath your fender is 2 8mm bolts. So now the next step will be to remove my fender. So to remove the rear fender, you're basically going to take a Phillips and unscrew those a tiny bit. Remove this piece of rubber and throw that down there. You got two 10mm bolts here, and this just slides off like this, and then your whole fender should come off in one big sweeping motion. There we go. Now we got that all exposed, and now we're looking at a few bolts. So we got 6 bolts here basically to undo to remove this, and then this is the wiring that goes all the way through to here. I'm gonna have to undo some of these clips here and cut all these zip ties to get access to these wiring. So I'm ready to unhook these wires. So I've already checked them all. I tested them. So this yellow one here is for your license plate light. I've already unhooked it mostly. The gray one is for your left blinker, and the black one is for your right blinker. And then the rest of it, what I also did was take a picture of, I peeled this back, this little blue thing, and got the proper way of hooking up the new one, the new connector basically. So it's yellow and blue. With all of these, the black was on the bottom part of the connector, so the black was always on this one, the bottom part of the connector. So that should help me hooking it all back up. I can always test it too. So all I gotta do now is take off some bolts, and the whole thing will come out. But just a tip, just remember to mark which one These are each for when you go to hook it all up. So I'm completely unhooked now. I'm going to slide this off and use it on the new one when it gets here, or when I plug it all back in together. So I'm ready to take it off. Okay, so I got it all taken apart here. You got your 4 bolts that are your 10 mil bolts, and then 2 8 mil bolts that basically will undo your fender. So I'm basically going to take off the fender and show you a few things. Now with this fender, they say you can't use your taillights with the new DRC package, but I think you can. You just got to do some modifications. I'm choosing not to because I bought the 12 o'clock labs processor board, so all my lights will be integrated into the light itself. So the next step, I guess, will be putting the DRC processor into the light, but I'm going to make another video on that. So if you want to learn how to do that, definitely check out my other video on how to install the processor board into the DRC lab. Okay, so I got it just loosely on here right now. There's the brackets here that are held on by these 4 bolts, and then this is just being held on with these 2 stock ones that came from the bike itself. And then it'll look something like that. Looks like that's where you would put your blinkers if you wanted to put your blinkers on. But it should clean up real nice. And just got to get it all. I put a little bit of silicone, just thought it'd be a good idea to seal that up as best as possible, so that we don't have any water getting into that. It's definitely a tip that I would say is important, to make sure there's no water that gets in there. Okay, she's all hooked up there. I did an extra zip tie here, then I'll cut that off, but this is pretty solid. It's not going anywhere. I ran it down underneath through there, zip tied it here. I'm going to zip tie it one more time here, but I just wanted to show you guys that basically the OEM connectors are really helpful in getting these all hooked up. Just remember, the blue goes to your right blinker and the white wire goes to your left blinker. Good thing I marked them up. And now I'll just button this up and show you the end result. Before I do that though, I wanted to make sure that we had it working properly. So I'll turn it on. So the light is working. On the video here, it looks like it's blinking, but it's not actually blinking on the video. There's the left blinker. You can sort of see it there. It's working right. And the right blinker, everything's working good. There's gonna be I may or may not do a video on the actual how to program this this bulb or this tail light, but at this point I kind of like this blinker setup, so I don't think I'm going to mess with it too much. Let's see if I can do the brake test here. See if it does so there's the brake with it on, and I believe you can set it so there is a safety pulse. Yeah, she's working good, so I'm gonna put it all back together and show you what it looks like all done. Alright guys, we got it all done. It's looking pretty sweet. We got DRC Edge 2 with the lab, or 12 o'clock lab processor board all installed on my WR250R. Definitely looks a lot cleaner than that old clunkety old thing, or I guess it would be a new clunkety old thing, but whatever. She's all ready to go. So if you liked this video and you would like to see future videos, I'm going to do a couple more in the future. Again, I've got lots of plans for this little thing, so if you like this video, definitely subscribe or share it or like it. If you have any comments that you want to say, about this video, or if you have any questions, feel free to make some comments in down below there. And yeah, I'm probably, when I get some time, I'm gonna do the programming side of things, so I can show you guys how we do that with the DRC, or with the 12 O'Clock Labs thing. One thing I will be doing too in the future, which I noticed, is that I'll have to put these blinkers now, because they're in they're the halogens. They are not the halogens, just the incandescent. They blink too fast, so I'm eventually gonna customize my. I'm gonna put some LED strips here, and then I'll have to probably buy the 12 O'Clock Labs. 12 O'Clock Labs. There's a little blinker switch that I'll have to hook up so that it slows these down. So, but yeah, thanks for watching. Again, subscribe, like, and share this video. And if you have any questions, comment below. Cheers for now.